All I can say is greed, selfishness, and hatred. These are the major reasons why we are still where we are. I said this because River State was taken aback for 6 months with the uh, suspension of the governor and the legislative house, and the sole administrator was appointed. There was serious backwardness in the state. But on their resumption, their first comment was a command. That's what Assembly was commanding the governor. That signaled the fact that the so-called peace was not genuine. And the tone of their command shows hatred. The tone of their command shows arrogancy. The tone of their command shows disrespect to the governor. Some of us advise them that that is not the way to go. For instance, they were asking for the governor to submit a budget immediately. The governor is the head of the state. And don't forget, in line with Section 11.4 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, the National Assembly passed a budget for the state sometime in June. And appropriation is within a year. And so if an appropriation has been passed into law by the National Assembly in line with that Section 11.4, then the governor cannot override that. Neither can the House of Assembly override it. There were also other appointments that were not properly done. Even the local government election did not follow the law. But the governor, in the interest of peace and reconciliation, closed his eyes on those irregularities. All the appointments, the board appointments and other things that are made, the governor can as well say, I don't want it. He has the power. But he did not bother. You did the election without the governor, the governor did not bother. You took all the local government chairmen to yourself, gave yourself all the appointments, and the governor did not ask questions. That is not enough. You want him to present a budget. You want him to present list of commissioners. He's the governor. He knows when to submit a list of commissioners. He knows how many commissioners he wants to work with. You cannot compel him. But that was the beginning of this crisis, and the governor was able to contain it, was able to say, let peace reign. But because the governor is so silent, but because the governor is not willing to fight back, because the governor does not like problem, they capitalize on that and try to exhibit their greed. The FCT Minister, who is supposed to be the father of both the assembly members and the governor, took sides with assembly members, and today you are going round campaigning local government by local government as if there is election coming. You are also exposing Mr. President to ridicule by letting the world know that Mr. President does not obey the law. Because the Electoral Act is very clear as to when you should start campaign and when not to start campaign. But you believe you are in the federal government, you believe in the judiciary is in your hand, and so you can just do anything you like. So these are the issues you have already decided who should become the next governor, who should not become the next governor.
Okay, sir.
So these are the beginning of this crisis that I think all this amount to greed and foolish pride. I think it is not too late. We can still resolve it if the FCT Minister wants to resolve it. You are accusing a man of not presenting appropriation to you. This man was willing to present his budget to you, you locked him out. You escalated crisis. You don't want him to come and present budget. You locked their doors and said you're recess. Along the line, Mr. President put the hammer, rightly or wrongly. And that brought Mr. President into ridicule. The whole world shouted at Mr. President as anti-democratic for suspending an elected governor. It brought a uproar everywhere. And Mr. President asked the National Assembly to exercise their powers under Section 11(4). And they did that. They did that by confirming certain appointments. They did that by passing an appropriation law. And you are asking Mr. Governor to present another appropriation law. Can there be two appropriation laws for a state? That is one. Two, you are accusing this man for destroying the House of Assembly. The House of Assembly is already built, and the Supreme Court made the judgment, wrongly or rightly, but event has overtaken it. The law says it cannot punish a man twice. For all those allegations they have made, the governor has punished the governor by suspending him for 6 months. So, in law, he has already served those terms, those punishment for those things you're accusing him of. And the governor says, go and reconcile. You met, you have reconciled, and you said there's an agreement. I challenge the House of Assembly, I challenge Wike to publish that agreement they had. The agreement they felt the governor is not keeping, let them publish it. Let Rivers people know the agreement where the governor erred. You cannot keep this agreement secret from Rivers people and say there's an agreement. What type of agreement? Is the agreement in line with the 1999 Constitution? Is the agreement in the interest of the state? Or is that it's an individual greedy agreement? We want to know that agreement. Until we know that agreement, and we don't think you have any issue with that agreement, because we don't know what you're talking about. You are speaking Greek to us by saying you have an agreement that nobody can see. Governor sits on the public office. It sits for everybody. Every Rivers man represents, the governor represents every Rivers man. And so whatever agreement is going into, Rivers people should know. Until we know that, whatever agreement you have is null and void. That is that aspect. For the other issue of we want to impeach, I want to tell them, if I have my way, I will tell them to continue. But the law says, the moment impeachment fails once, you cannot use that impeachment again. There are processes of impeachment, and they don't have the overall say on impeachment. So let us try those processes and see if they can succeed with impeachment. And when they fail, the law says that is the end in the tenure, you cannot do it. But because everybody says peace, 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 it gets into their head and they think they have a reason or they have a weapon they can use to threaten the governor. Why must you threaten the governor? What is your business threatening the governor? You were elected by a constituency to attract development. You were given 350 million recently. You were given SVU cars. Did you give it to your constituency? Have you carried the constituency project? You have not explained all this to your constituency. You are going to share 12 kg, 12.5 kg rice to people. I will advise Rivers people to continue to take those rice and even ask for more money. Because it's our loot. If they gave you 350 million to do constituency project, you decide to use it to buy rice. Is that our business? So they cannot succeed without their impeachment. The High Court has given a judgment. Let them flout the judgment. We have seen several impeachments in the country that we are declared null and void. Iroele is interested in becoming governor by all means, either by hook or by crook. Rivers people did not vote Iroele to become governor. If they have a way to kill him, they will kill him because they are desperate. They are desperate to kill Ngozi. What has she done that you are accusing her because she refused to cooperate with you to do what you want to do? So what they are doing is wrong, and Rivers people are saying it. But they are lucky. They are very lucky because the governor is a peaceful governor. The governor did not even want anybody to reply them. The governor did not want anybody to speak. And that is why they're having a field day. But must we allow them to have a field day? We cannot allow them to have their field day. Are they the best in propaganda? They are not the best in propaganda. Nigerians are watching. Nigerians are seeing. The truth must be told. You are a minister, you are working as if you are the president. You are a subject of the president. And these are not your mandate by the president. You have to be minister of FCT. What concerns you with Rivers State? You want Rivers money. You want to contest against Mr. President. So you are trying to accumulate money to fight Mr. President. Is that the issue? You have destroyed PDP. You chased this man to APC. You want to destroy APC. What kind of money you have so you can bring up your party? Nigerians are watching.
Okay, talking about the FCT minister here, what will you say is the FCT minister involvement in this latest action?
Well, the assembly members are loyal to him, and he has been having meetings with them. He has been going around the local government with them. He has been the one campaigning that he wants to bring another governor. That SYM will not go. The same man, after the reconciliation, came out to say there was something like SYM is not going second term. He said SYM will go second term. Then all of a sudden you changed to say SYM cannot go second term, and you want to bring somebody else from somewhere. Are you the father of River State? Are you the owner of River State? Rivers people would decide whom they want as their governor. Even if you have somebody in mind, why not wait? Why all this propaganda? Why all this noise? Why all this threat? You are doing all this because you saw a man, a quiet man, who does not talk, who does not want anybody to be involved, who does not want to be defended. So you felt Rivers people are quiet. Rivers people are quiet because of the body language of the governor. We don't want to do something that they will say, oh, it's because we reacted. That is why we have another emergency room. We don't want all that. But that does not mean that you can insult the symbol of the state on a daily basis. First, you have a job as a minister, and let everybody be happy that yes, our son is a minister. When Gumi was attacking him, we came out to defend him. But the way it's going about is quite wrong. I don't think Mr. President gave him that mandate. But if the Mr. President gives him that mandate, then it means Mr. President is ready to soil his name.
Fine, you talk about the president either giving the mandate, because I believe the former governor, do you think is acting independently on the issue of about the crisis in River State, or following instruction of Mr. President ahead of the election?
You see, in the first situation was the same was in PDP. It will sponsor PDP against Mr. President in the election. Today, same is in APC. So he will not sponsor another party. He came up with insinuations that, oh, same asked Odo to go to ADC. Odo is in APC. So what grounds will Mr. President have against SYM? Mr. President approved SYM going to APC. We all saw them when they met and the declaration was made. Even though SYM did not consult major stakeholders or the state to say, I'm going to APC, so. But on a serious note, if SYM was still be in PDP, the matter would have been worse than this. And so, Mr. President, I doubt if Mr. President is behind what Wike is doing. You can see the reaction of the APC as a party towards the actions of Wike. And I think when Mr. President returns, there will be a lot of discussions. Mr. President cannot allow this because he will not allow his name to be ridiculed anymore. And he needs to be decisive on this matter. Because we're talking about election. It's the people that will decide. You cannot just come and bully all of us. You have used Mr. President's name, you brought military jet, you brought naval boat, you brought the soldiers, you brought other people to visit a community, a small community. Just to ferment problem. And you are threatening everybody in the country because Mr. President want to go second or no. And people are falling in place. So what's still their problem? PDP you have destroyed. The next thing you want to do is to destroy APC because SYM is in APC. What kind of a character is that? Remember, whatever we do, we have a legacy to keep. If we do something that is bad in our life, history will judge us. Whatever we do is history, and history will judge us. People will remember for what we have done. So if you are doing something and you don't remember that as the legacy, the judgment will come one day. Let me also make this sound this warning. There are those in power and they feel power is forever. Power is transient. Look at Malami a few years ago. How powerful is he? Today, his son is in prison. His wife is in prison. Himself is in prison awaiting trial. For how many months? That's Malami of all the power. We also saw what happened to Sambo. We saw governors that were jailed. We saw presidents that were jailed in this country. So when you have little power, you don't use it to oppress people because tomorrow you don't know. Tomorrow is pregnant and you will not be on this seat forever. And whatever you have done will haunt you. Will haunt you. So let us not take this world as the proud moment that whatever we see is what we can do and nothing will happen. Something will happen. Tomorrow is tomorrow. Nobody knows tomorrow. Tomorrow is pregnant. Don't forget, Wike had insulted the generation in the past. The only generation in the past.
But he said Ijaw is his friend.
He did it and they want to spit on Bayelsa. He spit on Rivers Ijaw, went to Bayelsa, and when they saw it, he ran. If Ijaw nation wakes up today, Nigeria will feel the impact. But it's not an ethnic matter. We are talking about the constitutional matter. I am a member of the River State Elders Forum, Elders Leadership Forum. I'm a member of PANDEF. But I'm not speaking today for PANDEF. Neither am I speaking for the Elders Forum. I'm speaking as an elder statesman. What is going on in the state is wrong. Nigerians should wake up to say, challenge what is going on in River State. Nigerians should get up. The international community should peep into what is going on in River State. This is very, very unfair. The section 188 in the Nigerian Constitution was not made for vendetta or to intimidate people. It was a constitutional provision that was made to checkmate a governor. And there are rules. There are laid down rules. And I can assure you, if we allow them to try this process, they will be stopped. Whenever people are not happy with what is going on. They believe they have so much money to bribe people. Not everybody can be bribed. There are men of integrity who will look at this issue and say this is wrong. And the law says, if those men of integrity says this issue is wrong, no court can entertain it, and they cannot proceed. So, what did they think they had? They think people are not seeing what is going on? You are talking about 600 billion left behind. How much did Obas received? How did they spend the money? You are boasting of probing the bus. Have you been able to probe a bus? A bus bought SGU cars for you. So you took the car, you took money, you are happy. You did not probe him again. All the noise he made, you did not do anything. It's the governor you want to crucify because he saw a man who is quiet, a man who is not making trouble, a man who is always peaceful. So you can now capitalize on it and dance on his grave. Is that proper? It's not right. And we are dancing to everybody to see you. The electorate themselves are seeing you. And you want to come back to the State Assembly or to National Assembly. Foul. You cannot come back. The state will fight you not to come back. The elections will determine whether you will come back or not. But for same, Rivers people will stand behind them. I can assure you that.
So, what is the way forward as an elder statesman from your
Wike should call his boss to order. If Wike wants to preserve his image, if he wants to preserve his legacy, he should quickly call his mad to order. Otherwise, they will destroy him and they will destroy themselves. But for same, we are behind him. We are not demonstrating, we are not talking anything. It's because same want peace. But there's a limit to how you push a man to the wall. He will react. But he has not reacted. He has not left his patience. And some of us are not happy with him for being too quiet. He has not allowed anybody to even reply what they're doing, to speak on what they're doing, which is wrong. And that is why they are capitalizing, calling him, he's the most insulted governor in this state, in this country. Mumu governor, they call him all sorts of names. He still forgave them. And yet they are not comfortable. And they want to shoe him wrong. You cannot shoe him wrong. If we talk about ethnicity, same is from the major ethnic group in the River State, from a joint ethnic nationality. And that is the most populated, the biggest ethnicity in the River State. They are in 12 local government. Out of the 23 local government, no ethnic group is as big as that. The next to them are the Ogonis, who has 4 local government. So you can see that Ishim belongs to the biggest ethnic group in the state. And if you want to punish him, I don't think the people will be happy. He refused to mobilize the people. He refused to sensitize the people. He refused to make the people react just because he wants peaceful. It's peaceful. If SIM mobilized the youth, SIM mobilized the people of River State across board, the 23 local government will revolt. Same, if SIM were to be Wike, Wike cannot enter Port Harcourt. If SIM were to be Wike cannot enter Port Harcourt. If SIM were to be Wike, these assembly boys who are making the noise cannot enter Port Harcourt. But because it's peaceful and they are capitalizing on that, this is quite unfortunate. It's quite very, very unfortunate. But Nigerians are watching. The international community is watching. And Rivers people are not happy because they are with SIM. Take it or not. It's organic. SIM's love for SIM is organic. It came back from emergency rule and start commissioning project. They are angry. They expected him to bring the money for them to share instead of commissioning project. How can he do that? There are a lot of problems. We have a lot of drainage problems. Look, the communities are not developed. We have the riverine communities that have no road. We have communities, not many communities. And the young man is struggling to see how we can provide abilities in these areas. And you are distracting him. You distracted him to the last part of this year. You have distracted him for early this year, so that the man will not be able to walk. Is that the interest of the state? You are talking about Supreme Court judgment that has been overtaken by event because you know you have access to the judiciary. And you've ridiculed the judiciary by your actions. Nigerians have lost faith in the judiciary. Yet you are not satisfied. What do you want? Challenge the military, challenge everybody. What kind of human being are you? Do you want peace in this country? Do you want to save democracy? Or you want to destroy democracy? Wike should check himself. That's what we call impulse reaction. And it was spontaneous reaction. If they move forward with this, there will be reactions. It will not come from the governor. But the people will react. And when that people react, it becomes dangerous. If you like spend all the money, that's organic reaction that will take place. And nobody will side them. Everybody is angry. Tempers are rising. And when it gets to the point where the cup is full, nobody can control it. Even the governor cannot control it. When the governor was coming, he tried to stop people from coming to receive him. You can see the mammoth crowd that came. He tried to discourage his supporters in different ways. The supporters just kept quiet. He cannot change an organic thing. Something that is natural is natural. It's not because he gave them money. They're not, it's the money, it's not the money he gives to them. I made you make one comment that people hate Wike. That's why they're supporting SIM. A lot of people in River State are not happy with what Wike is doing. And that is why people are reacting the way they are reacting. Wike at his 8 years, nobody challenged him. You don't allow the young man to have his ears. Oh, he betrayed you. You betrayed how many people? Jonathan and his wife that stood for you to become governor. How did you betray them? What did you do to Mrs. Patient? Did you support Jonathan when the people were saying they should come out? You're talking about betrayal. How did you betray Amechi? Who made the chief of staff?
So will you call
Who
this love
dominated?
karma?
Karma is coming in a way. Even if same is not ready to react, nature will have a way of reacting by pushing him to that level. The cosmic reaction is coming. It is himself who is now exposing himself to different dangers. Not only in Rivers State, across the country. You create enmities for yourself across the country because individuals are not fighting you. Same left you for the nature to take care. And nature is pushing you to a down. The kind of scandals he has gotten in this country, no minister has gotten such scandals. And because we don't know what is between you and the minister president, is still keeping you. Those who did not have the scandals you had have been sacked or have been asked to withdraw. If it is Europe, you will resign on your own honorably. But here in Nigeria, it's a crooked thing. You do whatever you like. Look at the kind of scandals you have gotten. And you think these are not recorded? Leave office. The day you leave this office, you will either run away or they will go after you. That's not what you want. We want a peaceful state. We want a peaceful democracy in Nigeria. So why can't you check yourself? The excesses are becoming too much. Even when people like us are not ready to talk, we are still forcing us to talk. So if we can be forced to make comment, despite the structure of the governor, people will react. And when people start reacting, it will not all go well. Let me tell you their fears. Their fear is Sim being the leader of APC, and they have come to APC, may not bring them back to the assembly. And so they have to fight dirty to have a compromise so that they will come back. That is their fear. The electorate, same is not the electorate. You are asked to go and attract development to your constituency. You went there, you are fighting all through the period. You cannot boast of any single project you brought. None of them can boast of any single project they brought to the constituency. No meaningful project. Other than cooperating with the governor, you are fighting the governor. So their fear is they may not come back. So you want that. But if that is what they want, it's all about dialogue. If they are wise, they should quickly slow down. Because they will get the highest disgrace when the impeachment fails. Even if they manage to push their way through, we have got caught in Gige, Obi, and others, Darie, that were already impeached. What happens is that the court overturned it, and they came back to spend more time. So they should not waste their time. Same is not ready to talk to them. It's not ready to reply them. It's not ready to fight them. But the population will fight them. The electorate will fight them. Let them bring more rice as they're sharing. Let them spend more money as they're making. They have taken local government money to be spending on people. People will eat their money. At the appropriate time, nature itself will cause this problem. And they should not forget that there are laws, there are rules, there are institutions, there are commissions that are also watching them. By exposing themselves to this, they're exposing themselves to danger. A lot of people who behave this way have ended up in jail. So they should, our people say, saki buru. The Calabari say saki buru. Know how you dance. Be careful the way you dance. Don't dance yourself into danger. Let them withdraw that impeachment notice. It's not in the interest of the state. It's not in their own interest. And it's not in the interest of development. They think they are fighting SIM. They're not fighting SIM. They are fighting the River State. As a state, the people of River State are the people they are fighting. And the Rivers people are not blind. We are conscious. We are aware that they are trying to slow down development. So they should stop this nonsense and look for peaceful resolution of this crisis. Whether they are Ijaw extraction, they are Ogoni extraction, they are Ikode extraction, they are Oba extraction, they are Abua extraction, they are anywhere they come from. Let them realize that River State is bigger than any of them. And the governor is the symbol of River State. If you are insulting the governor, you are insulting the state. And for Amawule, who wants to become governor, by all means, you cannot be governor. And if you don't agree, and if in future you become a governor, you will not get peace. Since you don't want somebody to become peace, you too will not become peace, you will not get peace. The law of karma is there to chase you. As for his speakership, we don't know how it will end. Whether he will be a speaker forever or not, we don't know. But be careful. If you bounce a ball on the wall, it comes back to you. Karma will come. Anything they are doing, they should remember karma. Some of them cannot even sleep in their own communities. They are afraid when they are supposed to be the eye of the people, when they are supposed to be the one representing the people. So they should stop this nonsense. They are killing the economy of River State. They are destroying Rivers people. They are destroying business in River State. They should allow the governor to concentrate and see how development can be driven to all the nooks and crannies of the state. And not this what they are doing. What they are doing is stupid. It's foolish pride. We don't want it. Rivers people says enough of it. Enough is enough. And Mr. President should call them to order. The National Assembly should call them to order. And the almighty judiciary should also call them to order. Because they have rubbished them with mud. Their actions have stained the judiciary. It will take several years for the judiciary to cleanse itself, to purge itself. And they don't allow that institution to be destroyed. President must take action. The security agencies must also know the implications of what they are doing, how it will affect the government of the federation and the state. Security agencies should do their work.